Kiss FM, Los Angeles. Thanks for having us on. Thank you for listening. We've got a podcast of the show up every day after the show. It's a podcast called On Air with Ryan Seacrest. Hellena is on the line. It's time for Ryan's Roses. Hellena, thanks for reaching out. So I see you went on vacation to Cabo, and long story short, I think my husband, may have kept in contact with an attractive hotel staffer. So what happened at the what do you think happened at the hotel?
I honestly, I don't know. So we go usually on vacation and we'll separate like most couples do. I'll go do a group class and he'll go to the pool bar, whatever. And on this most recent trip, I found that he was finding like the most random, vaguest excuses to just be on his own. You know, he'll just be like, oh, I'll be right back, or I'm going to go get some fresh air, or whatever. And at first I didn't really think much about it. And then, I don't know, I got this weird feeling. Then I saw this girl who worked at the hotel, just kind of around a lot. And I saw them from afar on one particular instance. I don't know if they saw me or saw somebody else, but they just separated completely and walked in two different directions. And I just got this creepy feeling about it. And then ever since we've been back, he's been communicating with somebody, I don't know who, but acting kind of sneaky about it. And I think it's her, like something. I'm just really suspicious of it.
Do you know her name?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
How long have you been married?
7 years.
Hold tight 1 second, Hellena. Shall we?
7
Do
year
it in a second.
No good.
Cabo hotel staff next. Hellena, good morning, and thank you for holding on once again. We are going to make this call to your husband and see if we can find out if he is indeed keeping in touch with someone from the hotel staff that you guys met on your vacation while you were in Cabo. The way we're going to do this is offering some roses and see who he sends them to. So if you would just say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then your husband's name on Kiss FM, go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
All right, we're going to do that now. Be very quiet until we tell him he's on the air. Good luck, Hellena.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is this Rob?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Rob. My name is Esme. I'm calling from Ease Blooms. How you doing this morning?
Hey, I'm doing good. From where? I'm sorry?
Ease Blooms. We service the La Habra area and surrounding areas and offering local residents today a promotion of a free dozen red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like today.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah,
So they're absolutely free. I don't need anything from you, just the name of the person you want to send them to and a note. And then we have different types of cards that you can choose from, like happy birthday, anniversary, I love you, I'm sorry, things like that.
Okay.
Would you like to do that? Would you be interested in that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Who would you like to send them to?
Can we do Stacy?
Stacy?
Yep.
Okay.
STACY, no E.
Okay. And what would you like to put on the card? Or what card specifically would you like to have for the occasion?
I don't know. Whatever you pick. you decide. Whatever you think would be best.
Well, who's Stacy to you?
A good friend. Somebody, yeah, just, I mean...
Like romantic, maybe?
Not hearts, not fly, I don't know. Just, I'm sorry?
Like romantic? Because I do have a lot of, like, ones that have little hearts in the corners, then you write something in the middle.
I wouldn't want to push that hard, so maybe something in the middle.
Something
Rob, I'm going to just start right here now with letting you know your voice is being broadcast on the radio, Rob, and I have your wife, Hellena, on the line. Who is Stacy, Rob?
Stacy is a client of mine that I'm working on a big account for right now.
Is she in the hospitality business? What does she do?
Yes, she is in the hospitality business. Yes,
For
she's
a hotel?
A client. She does. Yes.
International?
Yeah, you're a mind reader there. Absolutely.
Well, no, I'm not, Rob. I have your wife, Hellena, on the line, and Hellena has told me that you guys were recently in Cabo. Hellena, why don't you tell him what you're thinking?
I'm thinking that Stacy is the cute little hotel staffer from the Cabo Hotel that you were finding any excuse to go talk to while we were on vacation. That's what I'm thinking.
Babe, I'm thinking you're wrong. It's actually, I'm working on a big account right now, and there's a client that...
So why would you send your client flowers with a semi-romantic card attached to it?
Because the whole promotional thing has to do with love. It's a joke. It's an inside joke type of thing that we're using. It's not anything that babe, you're absolutely overreacting. I'm not. Yeah, I'm going to have a long-distance affair with a woman that I met on our trip. What are you talking about?
Well, is Stacy the same woman that you're talking about, Rob? Is that the girl that was at the hotel? Is it the same woman?
No. Stacy is a woman that I'm working on as a client.
So what was
trying to win over for a big account?
What was as your wife said, the cute hotel worker's name?
I talked to a girl to ask her where the gym was pretty much. I mean, yeah, we had a.
Did you get her number, Rob?
I couldn't tell you her name. No, not at all.
Do you love your wife?
Babe, I think you're vastly overreacting to this, and why you blast me like this is ridiculous. Obviously, there's some serious trust issues in our relationship. I mean...
It's not ridiculous, first of all, and I'm glad I'm blasting you like this because I would have never found out what you're doing on the side, whether it's the girl from Cabo or a client. What are you doing sending flowers to any other woman or person but me?
True.
First of all, you know you get plenty of flowers, and second of all, I do anything I can to win a big account. Whether it's sending flowers, if it's a woman, whether it's sending a 9-hole round of golf for a man, whatever it takes to win an account is what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm trying to do here. And yes, I use my charm and good looks to win accounts. Absolutely. So if I mean sending flowers to land an account, I'm going to do it. But I didn't say I love you or I want you or it wasn't hearts and roses.
Okay.
I was trying to be charming and sweet.
Wow.
Rob, I don't know what your wife saw in Cabo or what she feels coming out of it, but it was enough to reach out to us to tell us that she thinks you're cheating on her or connected with this hotel worker in Cabo. So we only know what we just heard in the last few minutes. But Hellena, I'm going to let you go with what you heard and do your best to evaluate what the truth is, okay?
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good luck. I don't know where I stand.
Doesn't sound like he loves her.
Yeah. So Hellena and Rob from Ryan's Roses. I agree, sis. I don't know what he did with the woman at the hotel. I don't know if he's cheating. But I feel like he's not passionate about it. It's just like, doesn't seem like he really cares.
No, not at all. And when I asked him, do you love your wife? He just ignored me.
Maybe, but do you also sometimes wonder, do couples at that stage or any stage, do they want their spouse to be a little jealous? Is that like good in the long run to make it stronger?
No.
You don't want any sort of jealousy feelings. That's
But
terrible.
do you want your spouse to think you're wanted by somebody else? Does that help?
No, I would hate that.
Tanya?
Like, I'm sure Michael is wanted by other people, maybe, but I don't want to know, and I wouldn't want to think about it.
Can I ask Michael who's wanting him?
I don't know.
Tanya?
I'm sure, but that's what I'm saying. I'm sure people do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure people do want.
Like, maybe he's not so
boyfriend.
heartbroken that maybe he's not cheating. He's just not so heartbroken she thinks that someone's, like, wanting him. Because it's good for his own ego. I'm not saying anything's right. I'm just telling you. I'm just trying to break down how people think.
I guess, look, you always want to, like, still be presentable, but I don't know if that's meant to, like, attract other people necessarily.
But like, it didn't hurt. It didn't bother you, Tanya, that maybe, perhaps, in Sam's view, Harry Styles was vibing with you years ago.
Well, correct. I think it's nice. I don't think it's true, but yeah, it's
right.
nice.
But see, that's like you wouldn't squash it.
I'm like, okay, if you think that, sure, I'll take it.
All right, let's come back to it. Seacrest with you. So Hellena and Rob, he sent the flowers to Stacy. We didn't really get back into that. He sent the flowers to Stacy, not his wife. So red flag. He says Stacy's a client he's trying to score a big account with in the hospitality business. Turns out They were in Cabo, and his wife thinks he was flirting with someone that worked at the hotel in the hospitality business in Cabo and stayed in touch with that woman. He says that's just not true. I asked that woman where to go to work out, and I didn't stay in touch with her. So there's a little gray area there. But, not knowing that, more importantly, it just didn't feel like Rob was in love with his wife. Maybe she's not in love with him either. Maybe they're at that point. But it was struggling to hear any sort of like authentic passion, compassion, love component to that Ryan's Roses conversation.
Yes. There was nothing endearing about him trying to talk to her or convince her that, no, there's absolutely no way. I love you.
7 years in. Anyone listening that far in, further in, almost that far in, they're 7 years in. Did complacency kick in? Did he want the girl from the hotel to like him? Was that good for his own ego? I mean, a lot of moving parts here.
There's science behind it. They call it the 7-year itch for a reason.
Abby, good morning in Bellflower. What's your take on the Ryan's Roses? Do you think he's cheating?
I think Ryan jumped in too fast. I do think
I'm going to tell him
because we didn't get to hear like
you.
we didn't get to like hear.
We didn't even get to hear the note.
Who it was.
Oh, Stacy. He said Stacy, and then he said, well, whatever kind of card.
Yeah, but like
whatever kind of
Stacey
card,
is
but then what was he
who?
going to write?
No. Right.
He
So like
jumped in too fast yet again.
To the attendant, he was like, "Oh, she's a good friend," but to Ryan, he was like, "It's a client. It's definitely a client," and like he's already switching up. Like he's switching up his story already, and like I don't think it's a girl from like Cabo because why would he use like a local florist to send flowers to Cabo?
Right,
but I definitely think that he is absolutely cheating.
How naive of us not to think of that. I mean, he's sending flowers from here in LA to Cabo without asking that kind of a question. Can they go international? I mean, that's a tricky one to pull off. So, Abby, this is Ryan, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Hi. I love you, but you jumped in too quick.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking, I don't know when to jump in. There's no, like, cue. You know
to jump in after the no. Like
I look at your faces to tell me when I should get in, and both of y'all were not blinking, and so I went in. When y'all don't blink,
girl.
I go. Fine. Oh, you watch now. All right. I'll sit it out. Sit it out long time.
That's fine.
Sit it out long time.
I'm just saying,
next
there's
one.
2 roses in a row that you've jumped in too quick.
With all due respect, there's no like perfect time to jump in.
It's also very on brand for him to be like too quick. Like.
We'll come back to that. Hellena and Rob,
You don't wanna be too
we don't
quick.
know.
That's not
but
a good thing.
Good luck. Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
You know what I mean? Like he's
Abby,
so like jumpy,
thank you
like
for
so
listening.
giddy, like.
Excuse me, pot
Jumpy?
kettle black. I'm jumpy.
Yeah.
You are the jumpiest jumper of all jumps.
If we had to go in jumpy order, you take the cake.
With all due respect, like you don't blink.
You don't blink, you jump.
You just jump.
Bounce.
Yeah.
And
So
how
I
do
am
you
a
know?
pot. I am calling the pot kettle black.
Yeah.
So you're jumpy. You jump in. You're like, nah.
I jump in whenever I ever said "ma." I've never said "ma."
That's true.
I mean, what is that? What does that even mean? Ma.
The meh is just a placeholder for like.
Wow, it's all
whatever,
coming
fill in
out
the
good.
blank.
I'm glad you got to Coachella and it wore you down so you could give us some honest feedback and the honest truth here. You've been holding this in. This is like, it's been building up, huh?
I don't think it's a bad thing. It's like you're excited. You're always like so excited. You're just like, meh.
I don't ever say in the history of my life said meh. Ever.
Maybe you should.
So, I don't know what you hear over there, but it's not meh.
The meh is like a placeholder for whatever you're excited about. Like insert next break or whatever.
See, I don't know what happened to her over the weekend. These festivals, and she comes back with all of this built
She
up
barely even made it
judgment.
to the festival. It's really funny.
Yeah. Just like floating on the floaties.
Anything else while we're here?
No.
Huh. Interesting.